So now we will try to configure email server. Okay, so first of all, we already got the servers that we made in the previous videos. We get the dynamics routings and the static routings. Okay, so first of all, I will create the server for the email. So what is email server? It is a computer system with a mail transfer agent. Its main function is to send and receive emails. They are responsible for routing specific emails, specific information, in this case emails, across a network like the internet. So the email server, it rely on IP addresses attached to emails, and the DNS system, it's to ensure the image is routed directly across the internet to the correct recipient, regardless of the domain. Of the HTTP of DNS email on. Okay, I will set the domain name mail.mis.edu. Now we will create the user, so we will just use this one. User 3. So how this works? The sender will use PC, for example, one of these, send message with the recipient emails, and then the email will be first sent to the SMTP, which is this one, outgoing email server, and then here the server. Let me connect it first. The server will does a DNS record check to translate domain names in email addresses to IP addresses. But here we are setting the DNS off. So if emails goes to the same domain within same network, the first server will just route the emails straight to the correct. But if it's different network, the initial SMTP will rely on unrelated SMTP to serve the route. And then finally, the incoming mail server will use a protocol like IMAP or POP. This one, POP service. And then it will send all message to the recipient. Okay, it's set. Now we will set the dynamic one here. Oh, so what is the difference between static and dynamic routing? So first of all, we got here static. It is a routing process that in which network administrator manually configure static routers on routes. So for example here, we are setting manually the IP addresses. HTTP here. You're also setting the DNS server. So it helps a router to build its routing table statically, and then it is often used in small networks. We can configure a default route. And the advantage of static routing is it doesn't have any trigger update message, so it's more secure. Its CPU utilization is very low, and then it can be easily configured on small network. And a default route can be propagated toward ISP. But the minus is the administrator has to manually configure it out, and it's not efficient for a larger network, and then it creates burden on administrator. And now let's move on to dynamic routing. So here it's a routing process which routers share their routing table with the neighbor router with the help of various routing protocols. So this routing process widely used in enterprise network. It's larger enterprise network. It helps to keep network routes up in the big data centers. It's usually used by ISP to keep their network up without any downtime, and it provides automatic updates, so it prevents downtime in the network. Okay. And then the minus is the CPU utilization on the router will be increasing, and it consumes a lot of bandwidth. And then a higher configuration device is required. It's to configure dynamic routing, so it costs much higher. So now we'll try to set up the email here. Dynamic one. Dynamic MIS. No. So here we will be using these IP addresses. User 1, datacom 1. We'll be doing the same. And this one is dynamic 2. Address user 2 at surname user 2 datacom 2, and last user 3 at mail.ms.edu user 3 datacom 3. Okay, so we set up emails. Now let's try to send email. So first, maybe we can compose to user 2 at mail.mis.edu, a new gallery. So maybe we will just try using street. Let's go there next week. Okay, so sending mail, and then mail server send success. Maybe let's check here. We go to receive. Okay, so we receive it. So you can reply here. Okay, I will meet you there next week. Then we will try using the static one. goes to user 2. We'll do alt gallery. Hello. Come to my art exhibition next week. It's my debut as an artist. Yes, update me whether you're coming or not. Okay, let's try. Okay, send success. Let's try checking it. Go to receive. Okay, so you get it. Get the time and then which user. Okay, so that's it. We have configured email server and then define static, dynamic routing, and then the email sending process. Thank you. Take care.